What's up, guys? It's McNulty here. Welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all doing well, and I hope you're ready for another War of Three Kingdoms. So we've got quite a few happenings going on today. The War of Three Kingdoms sign-up phase. I've been assigned to the Wei Kingdom, so please let me know what kingdom you guys are in, and eventually the names when they do come up with them. And the Contest of Elements. So we've got the Holy Contest of Elements. You can see I've just started that. But it should be all right. Now, alongside these two events, we have one new hero from each portal. So we're going to go ahead and we'll start with the Super Elemental Summon. So we have Ironmaw that has just dropped into this portal, and he looks absolutely beastly, like he is Bane's godfather. He's like what Bane aspires to be. This is what Bane dreams about. So yeah, he's looking pretty beastly, this guy. So we're going to have a look at him. Let's see if he can stack up and if he can compete with some of the other heroes that we've got in this portal. So to start off with, of course, he's going to be a holy hero. He is of the barbarian class, which, as you guys will know by now, is my least favorite class. He gets a chance to apply bleed damage. Yeah, it stacks with itself, etc., but it's not a very good family bonus or class in and of itself. The family bonuses, they get the power gems that spawn on the board. We already know that. And the passive with the troop damage modifier. This is a really good part of their passive, I think, with the elemental damage dealt from troops, but probably only comes into effect really on attacking teams. I haven't seen it make too much of a difference when going up against these heroes in wars and raids and things like that. Now, in terms of his stats, well, wow. Okay, so he's got 1,001 attack, 966 on his defense, and 1,660 on the health. So he is very well built. And as you can see, and his team power is at 978. So the stats for this hero are in line with some of the most powerful heroes that we have in the game at the moment. So let's see what he does with those stats. So his special skill is called Chains of Light. Pretty cool sounding. And he's running at average speed. So at average speed, Ironmaw will deal 480% damage to the target and all dark enemies. All enemies get minus 34% mana generation for 4 turns, and against dark characters, this status effect becomes uncleansable and lasts 2 turns longer, and he deals some extra damage against dark. Right. So as we've seen from these other super elemental heroes, his main focus is on attacking heroes or being a detriment to heroes of a specific element. In this case it's dark. The 480% damage hit is to a single target unless there are other dark enemies on the team. So what I mean by that is that if you have a dark hero on the enemy team, do not target that hero because then he's only going to hit one target. And yes, he will hit for additional damage. We don't know exactly how much extra damage, but I would assume it's in the region of maybe another 20%, so maybe 500% to the dark enemy. But if you target a enemy who is of a different element, then he will hit multiple times, depending on how many other dark enemies there are on the team. I hope that all made sense. Kind of a roundabout way to get to the point, but what is my point about this guy? My point is, if you are going up against a team full of dark heroes, then he's going to be extremely useful and super devastating. He could just wipe a team out, within one cast. Even if you've got 2 dark heroes on the enemy team, and this is what I like about these target specials, is that let's say you had 2 dark heroes on either wing, and you had, say, a fire tank. You could hit the tank. The tank's going to receive 480% damage, and then the wings are each going to receive about 500% damage because of the increased damage against dark. So I do like this hero, but he is specific to certain teams. I would not necessarily use him on a defensive team, although I do think that is a hard hit. He is running at average speed, so there is a detriment. And if the attacker has the wherewithal to read the card before they go into battle, they will not bring any dark enemies or any dark heroes against him, which means that he's just going to be a single target snipe for 480. Now, he doesn't just do that. he does give negative mana generation, which is extremely annoying and very frustrating in some cases. And it's just the right percentage to make it so that your sort of average heroes, your heroes go down one level in terms of how quickly you're able to charge them. So you're not going to be able to match them up quite as fast. But I mean, that is just an added benefit of his special. He does give the mana generation reduction to the whole team. It does last longer against dark characters, and it does become uncleansable if you have it against dark characters. But as I mentioned before, if you've got any sense, when you're going up against this guy, just don't bring dark heroes and you'll be fine. So where does he sit in terms of these heroes? I think that he's an okay hero. I don't think that he is anything special. I think the damage amount is pretty good, but he's definitely more well positioned as an attacking hero. So I would say I'd give him a B grade in comparison to some of the other elemental heroes that we've seen released. And not the most exciting hero. Like if I grabbed him, I'd level him, but I wouldn't be too excited about doing it because I know he's just going to be a damage dealer, and that's about all you're going to get out of Ironmaw. So on the other hand, however, if we go into the Three Kingdoms summon, we have this lovely lady, and she's been featured as one of the new avatars that you're able to get just for free. So yeah, I do think it's a pretty cool avatar, and I do love the art. I mean, just look at how she looks there. I mean, just absolutely amazing. In fact, a lot of these Three Kingdom heroes, they really do go to town on them, and I do like that. Even with the borders of the cards and things like that, I'm a massive fan of the art and also of a lot of the special skills for these Three Kingdoms heroes. Now, this hero, Chang'e, is no different. She's just a beast, man. We're going to get to this in a second, but let's just do this properly. So first of all, love the art, love the card. She is of the wizard class, so she gets the chance to, let's just open this up, jinx and deal 15% extra damage per active buff the enemies have. The extra damage applies to both normal attacks and special skills. So that is important in conjunction with what she does. Now, she is of the Journey family, so she gets a bonus for 1, 2, or 3 heroes. She gets a 50, 75, or 100% chance to increase the duration of status effects that are cast by her for either 1, 2, or 3 turns, depending on how many heroes that you have. And again, that is extremely important because she's casting a status effect, and she gets the chance to increase that status effect, even if it's just her on her own by an extra turn. Okay, so that is really important. The 2 passives, health recovery on buff received is a great one. So every time she gets a buff or a positive stack, she has a chance to recover 10% health, and she also has a chance to recover or gain 10% mana when she gets a buff or a positive stack. So there's no downsides to these Journey family heroes. Like, there just literally is no downside to the passives or to the family bonuses. It's just increasing your chances for pretty much everything good to happen. So I love that. Now, in terms of stats, we see 978 total team power, which is in line with the brand new super elemental hero. So she's no weaker than that hero that we've just looked at. She's 974 in attack, 990, nearly 1,000 defense, and 1678 on the health. So very, very good stats. Now, her special skill, and this is where things start to get interesting. So her special skill is called Lunar Locket, and she's running at average speed. Now, at average speed, Chang'e is going to deal 310% damage to all enemies. Now, remember, if there are active buffs, then the talent can kick in, and that could deal an extra 15% damage per each active buff the enemies have. So it could be dealing quite a bit more than just that. Now, all enemies cannot cast any new status effects on enemies or allies for 4 turns. Let's just hit the question mark here. This includes stacks. This only includes status effects cast with special skills. Okay, so she is basically disabling a whole lot of heroes. She's doing what Melosi does. I know Melosi's running at very fast speed, but he just does that to a single target, and he is extremely useful. And maybe his stats are a bit dated now, so he's become less useful. But he is really useful against a bevy of heroes. I mean, for example, if you fire her off and the other team's got, let's just say, Guardian Hippo, they've got, what's that red guy's name? Yukinen. They've got, let's say, I don't know, just a weird team, Alfrike and Ludwig, say, for example. So let's say you get her off before any of those heroes fire. And the next turn, Guardian Hippo's ready. Guardian Hippo does her thing, nothing happens. Then Yukinen does his thing, nothing happens. There's no buff. Ludwig does his thing, nothing happens, and Alfrike does her thing, and a bunch of cubes come at you and you get a health reduction, but nothing else happens. There's no mindless attack, so there's no status effect that can be cast, and there's no buff that can be cast. So status effects include stacks as well. Okay, so Skadi fires off, kills a bunch of minions where there's supposed to be loads of stacks. If you fired her off before Skadi goes off, those stacks are not going to apply. So an extremely useful tactical hero. I can't stress how useful that skill is going to be. And all allies also get plus 45% defense against special skills for 4 turns. So the fact that you're getting that increased defense against special skills also helps that first part of her special. I'm just thinking of if you fired her off and then, say, Hurricane fires off the next go, he will still hit you, but reduce damage by 45% on his initial upfront damage, and then he's not going to cast that horrible burn damage, which will see off your team in most cases. So I could see Chang'e being used really effectively, both offensively and also defensively. And if that's not enough, she benefits from the Ailment Reflect Ether talent, which is absolutely brilliant as well. So for the first 6 turns of battle, she gets a chance, she will reflect cleansable status ailments to a random character on the opposing team for 6 turns. And just look at those stats. I mean, this is a hero that you want. I'm saying that you will use her in pretty much all areas of the game. And I mean, she is running at average speed, so I guess that's the only caveat. And you can dispel the effect that she casts. But yeah, if you don't have a dispel handy and ready to go, she's going to be absolutely devastating to you. You know, and you've got to get rid of that effect somehow. So yeah, Chang'e is an amazing hero, and that upfront damage is going to hurt because, I mean, with those attack stats, 310 damage to all is an extremely hard hit as well. So just a really versatile hero and a true all-rounder. So I could not give her anything less than an A+. In my book, this hero is one of the best. And I did try a few pulls for her earlier. I think maybe like 5 or 6. But yeah, I'm trying not to spend, but it's going to be difficult with this here in the portal. So congratulations, massive congratulations if you do manage to pull this hero. She is also featured alongside Ji Wang Mu, who's kind of a weird one. I am not 100% sold on her, but this guy Xiao Jing is an absolute legend already. And you've got some other amazing heroes in this Three Kingdoms summon as well. So, but the featured heroes are great. So I wish you guys all of the best of luck in your summons. If you are planning to drop a few pulls and you're torn between the Elemental summon and the Three Kingdoms summon, I would definitely say the Three Kingdoms summon is... Sorry guys, I literally just ran out of space there. Anyways, like I was saying, please, I mean, let me know if you managed to grab this hero, because she's just incredible, and massive congratulations. And if you're deciding between the 2 portals, definitely the Three Kingdoms portal's the one to go for. So please let me know what you think of these new heroes in the comments, and please do drop us a like and subscribe if you find the videos useful. and I look forward to seeing you all again in the next video. Bye for now, guys.